Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is your Wrexham reaction for match day 2. Yes, Bolton and Wrexham drew to a 0-0 draw. Clean sheet. Yes, clean sheet. I don't care what you say. It is a clean sheet. Went out there to the Toughsheet and got a clean sheet. So what do you think about that? We were saying, hey, we'd love to get a W. I would love to have the W happen, but getting 4 out of 6 going into a very, very tough game, a very, very good Bolton side who had most of the possession. I feel like we held a great account of ourselves, and they were great all over the pitch. There were some really great performances, and I thought that Parkinson had some great things to say afterwards too. It's never was going to be easy. You always want to root and go for the win. I don't think we played for a draw. We took what came our way. And we need to be really proud of ourselves of what we did and hold account of ourselves coming into this league. And granted, I think we're in 8th right now, but right now it doesn't matter. It does matter. Obviously, you want to get points on the board, but it really doesn't matter where we're at in the table. But we proved today that we put a solid outing together. Parkinson made one change. He brought Ravon in, put him at right back, which I thought was great. Really, I thought he held himself up really well on the watch along. It was very, very impressive. His defensive work rate was great. His offensive work rate was awesome for Ravon. The man of the match today was Arthur Okonkwo. As you can see on the thumbnail, he held a great account of himself, and that man had about 3 saves out there. Was really impressive today, and God bless him. I said last week he had the best game, and he came out and he had a fantastic game, held us to a clean sheet. And I thought our defense held up pretty well, and we were under it a little bit too. But let's dive into it. It is the Wrexham reaction show, and it's great. Sorry, it's the Wrexham reaction show. So smash a like on the video. Get involved into the chat. When y'all get into the chat, if you're here, we're going to watch some of the interviews. Phil Parkinson and Phil Parkinson and AO. The one I wanted to bring up before we do that, I thought it was about. Thought it was really funny between AO and Macca before we get into this real quick. But if you haven't seen this one yet, there you go.
Too much pressure. I can't remember them. Kind of creating a lot of chances, but they're good football inside. They keep the ball well, but we have a good structure. We're solid, and I think we more than a match for them.
It took a while for you guys to get going, though, didn't it? But once you sort of came into it, sort of 25 minutes into the match, you can gain that control, and we got that rhythm and that pattern that we've been so used to seeing. Yeah,
look, sometimes when you go away from home, it's first and foremost, it's about quieting the crowd, find your feet, kind of, like I said, quiet the crowd, and then we grew into the game. And
I think he's very accurate there. What he's saying, Mac is like, yeah, we definitely grew into the game. That first 25 minutes, they were on our throats, and didn't look like we were going to waver a little bit too. But I got to tell you, we held up nicely. I thought the defense played really well. I thought we kept our shape. I thought Dobson, who was immense in the middle of the park, his passing was a little off because they were pressing so hard in the middle of the pitch. And you got to give credit to Bolton. They had a great midfield that played today. I think it was Collins, number 19. McAtee didn't do that much today. But I got to tell you, we held them off really, really well. Really impressive. But he's saying, yeah, we found our feet. We kept to our task, and we kept to our game plan. But this is great. I wanted to get to this too with Macca.
I thought we were relatively untroubled, to be honest. Look, it's a good point. They're always thereabouts. So look, it's the first away game. It's a good point. We'll take it and we'll move on.
Mm-hmm. Arthur, a good point for you as well, because
there he is.
Had a couple of things to do. You were a little bit busy, but overall you controlled your area well.
Yeah, we knew it was going to be a difficult game. Bolton kept the ball very well, and yeah, I think we defended really well today. Kept their chances limited, and we could have got something more at the game, but yeah, we'll take a 0-0.
Your captain says you need to improve on your kicking, though.
Yeah. He always tells me that. He always gives me something.
As long as he's good with his hands, that's all that matters.
And AO was great today. He was fantastic with his hands. He did really well. I got to tell you, very, very impressive. He was commanding his box a lot better than he was the week before. He came out, he had superb save, strong hand on one, went down low, kept it out. That one of them in the first half was probably going in, probably hitting the post. But the diving save he made to his left to keep it at 0-0 was absolutely impressive. And March 14's in the house. It says AO was amazing. I'm happy with all, except just wish that one of our last shots on goalkeeper was down. Didn't hold the ball, and no one was there to finish it. Otherwise, awesome. Yeah, at the end there, I think it was Fletch Fletch had a beautiful shot on goal, and the keeper deflected it off. We had an opportunity if there was somebody following up, could have put in the back of the net, but it wasn't meant to be today. I tell you, it was a learning experience, on-the-job learning experience. I think that came up during our show. And by the way, thanks everyone for coming in for the watch-along. It was one of our biggest watch-alongs that we've had so far for the local pundit. So thank you all for that, and thanks for the guests that came on, Patty Power, Stacy, Ken, and Aaron. They're big contributors, and it's fantastic. So thank you all very much on that. But again, going into the match, you say there, Macca said it right. He's like, we knew they were going to come out fast against us. They knew they were going to come out fighting. But he said, like, were we ever really threatened? We were definitely threatened. Maybe he may not have felt that while he was out there playing, but he put himself about today. And AO did get man of the match because he was absolutely stellar. And Dobson was fantastic too. So, like I said, a lot of great play today all over the pitch. But this is another one today. There's a couple interviews we're going to talk about here. This is Parkinson, was also interviewed by Sky.
Yeah, definitely. It was important today that we showed we could stand strong at this level against a team, obviously, who were in the player final last year. And I thought the first 10, 15 minutes, we kind of weren't quite quick enough in everything we did, but we grew into the game. And it was a day where we had to really stick to our tasks and our responsibilities around the pitch out possession. And as the game went on, we showed more quality ourselves, and that was important. And we had some key moments, and they were a good side, but so are we. We can live on this stage, and we've earned the right to be here. And I'm very pleased with the lads' effort today.
I'd say that's a great shout there too. He wasn't saying, fair play to Bolton. Okay, great, awesome. But we deserve to be here. We earned to be here. I think I think that was it too. Like, we're not out there to make up the numbers this year. We're really not doing that. We want to go for it. And he's right. And Macca did say it too. We earned it. We grew into the game. We had to stick to our tasks, and we were out of possession a lot of the time. So, and it put us on the not a complete back foot, because we kept going at him. I think Jay up out front was trying to battle with Santos. I think a big unit, 6'6" guy, couldn't get around him. Palmer, I personally didn't think that he had his best game, but there wasn't much for him to do up there. I mean, he did with some of his headers. He was pulling guys away. But last week he had a fantastic game. Today I'd give him a 6 out of 10, maybe a 6.5 out of 10. But we just didn't have enough of the ball to get there. Couldn't get enough crosses in. I think our midfield got overrun a little bit. Cannon did run about. Elliot Lee did have a pretty decent game, and Dobson was thereabouts. And I know people were talking about his passing, but we didn't have much time on the ball. He's trying to 1-2 touch pass and break away. We probably could have used somebody to step on the ball a little bit more. That could have been Evans, but I don't know if Evans is. I don't know this for sure. I don't know if Evans is fully fit, because he came on very late, looked okay, but I'm just saying, like, we needed someone to step on the ball a little bit, even though maybe we were trying to counterattack. But again, we did grow into this game. Aaron's in the house. How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Welcome to the News and Update show. Going back to Parkinson here.
You expecting such a quick start from Bolton?
Yeah, and we spoke about that, and but it's a great lesson for us, because it really is. We've got to look at that. And, sometimes when you come up the divisions, we've got players who've played at this level and above, but you can get kind of programmed into the level you've been to, and you've got to switch on quickly to the next level. And the top games in League One are like low championship games, so that was a big jump for us today. But in the main, after that start, I thought we handled it well, and there was some big performances from us.
Big performance.
Definitely agree with that too. I mean, this did feel, I know it did feel like a big match going into it. 25,000, I think they broke a record, 25,400 and something, whatever, 57, which is incredible. I think we traveled about 3,700. I hope everyone's getting back okay. Fantastic. I know a lot of people went to the match, had trouble getting there, but got to say, it did feel like a big occasion. I mean, it felt like a championship game. Didn't feel like a Premier League game, but it felt like a championship style game. I mean, Bolton is a fantastic squad, fantastic support. Their manager, we're going to show him next. Goddamn, just bitching, and you'll see this. But I felt it, and I think we did step up. I think once you kind of realize, it's almost like, you get, for lack of a better word, you get punched in the mouth. How are you going to react? Well, we got punched in the mouth today. We didn't go down. They didn't score against us, but it was a wake-up call. It's like, okay, bigger, faster, stronger. We're here. And our players have played at this level before. Our players had played at this level before. Mac has played at this level before. O'Connell has. I think Stash, had for a little bit. Definitely Dobson had been there. JM's played there. One guy I thought who showed a little bit of class coming in at the end there, and I think we're going to see a lot more of him. I think Well, I think Ravon, by the way, Ravon too. I think is Ollie Rathbone. Ollie Rathbone. He's a little pocket rocket running around there. He's got a little speed, a little bit about him. I want to see more of him. I want to get him on the pitch. I want to find a way to work him in. He came in for JM toward the end there, and he's playing off of Fletcher. So they see him as a second striker or a 10. We'll see how that works out. But I thought he showed himself about a little bit too. Ruby Slippers is in the house. How you doing, Ruby? So impressive. Mac didn't get a card. Here he wears captaincy well. Well, he did not get a card. He took a lot of stick today too. I don't think Dobson got a yellow card either. So they won those awards today. They won those awards. But I could be, I don't know. Well, I can check right here. Where are the freaking stats? Match stats. Here we go. Who got our yellow cards? The lineups. Here we go. Stash is the only player that got a yellow card on our end. And Ricardo got one of those. Stash is the only player that got a yellow card. So good on us. Well done them. Okay, going back to this interview here, before we move on. Also, while you do it.
And big opportunities as well to break that deadlock.
Yeah, both teams have had chances, and we'd love to have won it, but it was important today that we got our away form off and running with a point and a clean sheet, which is great for the whole team, because it's not just the Arthur and the defenders; it's everybody had to work for that. So yeah, we're pleased, and we'll get back to Wales in good spirits and look forward to Reading at the weekend.
Yeah, already looking toward the other side. Get back. He's right, though. We had to earn that. We went in there. We had to earn that. AO, the defenders all play really well. O'Connell got turned once I got turned once, but which caused a great save by AO. But that Stash did really well. He did get the card, like I just said. Stash held himself up. And Max had a pretty decent game at this level. He probably, coming into it, I thought he held up really well. Didn't I don't know what his stats were, maybe at 7-2 or something like that on FOTMOB or whatever it was. But I thought Max held himself really well. And this will help him later on going into the season. He has the confidence to go there and do that and play that. I know you got guys like Scar on the bench who is an absolute, I think he's going to be an absolute stud. But you got guys that he's keeping out right now. Max did well. I don't think he got turned. He had McAtee in his pocket pretty much the entire game. So what does that say? We didn't want him anyways. So there's that. Let's get to the bitterness now on the other side of things. Here is the manager of Bolton here.
Look, I think it's a penalty. I think the term mutual holding was given and referenced to me. I don't think our players held his shirt once. The whole stadium can see the shirts over his head. Our player, and it's disappointed. I think the stage of the game, the referees, they don't really want to give those penalties.
So he's referencing I think it was one of the last plays of the game that he was holding his shirt. I mean, the guy's 6'5" holding his shirt. They were mutual holding of the shirt. Wanted a penalty there. If they gave penalty there, that's embarrassing. I don't know if you saw him at the end of the match. He went right up to the refs. He was cussing at him. Listen, there's no VAR. The refs got to make decisions. I understand that, but holding of the shirt, I don't think it was over his head. I'll watch it back, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I didn't see a penalty shot there, so this is a little bit of a sour grapes there too. Also, whoever the F is that dude out there saying things about Parkinson. He had a horrible tweet out there. It's disgusting. But I want to put that out there too. But he's bitching about the last play. I mean, about him holding his jersey. Yeah, what a crybaby is Aaron. And Lafayette, he's big mad. Oh, he's big mad. Yeah, he's big mad. There you go. How you doing, Carol?
So, disappointing. Look, I thought we did enough to win the game. I think we controlled it for large spells. I think if you look at the
not wrong.
The stats, we've had 11 shots, 8 on target. Our XG was high, a lot higher than theirs was. A team.
What manager comes out and starts talking about XGs? Are you a statistician? I mean, come on now. Our XG was 1 point. We held them to 1.6. You didn't score goals. We had a clean sheet. AO made fantastic saves. Got man of the match. Look at the fucking thumbnail. Talking about XGs, get out of here.
The clean sheet because.
But I'll say, to be fair, they did do enough to win the game. They just didn't do enough to win the game.
They're relentless with scoring goals and creating chances, and I think we limited them to 0.2, 0.3 XG, which for us is good defensively, but we just lacked a little bit of a spark in the final third.
Going back to that penalty, because it was so late on as well, does that incense
Was
you
it a penalty?
even more as a manager?
Look, the games sometimes are swayed, especially tight games, on a decision or a chance. And for me, those decisions, it's the wrong one. It has to be given. As I said, the whole stadium can see it, and I think the mutual holding shout is incorrect. It's wrong.
That's what he took out of that match. That's what the manager took out of that match. That's an embarrassing interview right there. I know you can be mad, and yes, he was acting like an absolute twat at the end of the game. But yes, it's right in there. Somebody called him a football terror, which is absolutely awful, like unbelievable. He seems high-strung, yelling at the refs' faces while shaking their hands. Yeah, we used Reddit because they expected to win this game. I'm not saying they did enough to win the match. They didn't win the match. You got to go out there and win the games. I'm sorry. It's just bullshit. And coming out and just having a moan. It's fucking week 2. They expected to probably roll us over. They really did. They have possession. We didn't back down. We are here to play. We're not making up numbers, and that crap is ridiculous. So fair play to their team. They went out and tried to fight and do well. But we came out and we kept the clean sheet away from home. Remember last year our away record wasn't that great toward the end of the season, but 0-0. With great player with some players coming in, getting Ravana start, and our defense held up. So there we go. Okay, what if we XG has never won a game? No, it hasn't. It has never won a game. Maybe if he turns that woe into beatnik poem at Bangos, it'd feel better. He could. My God, he could. What does it even mean? Oh, I saw that. Absolutely ridiculous. This guy making a good team look like a bunch of. Yep, there you go. No, we're a good side. We earned it to be there. Threaten the balls with the sharp edge. Yes. Oh my God! Group of News and no knowledge game by Disney. Are you joking me, dude? I've been watching football for 20 years. Owen Crompton, come on and have your say, brother. I have more football knowledge than you possibly do, my friend. So there you go. If you don't, get out. I don't care. Or come on and have your say. I'll put you to the test. There you go, smart ass. They were suggesting we play ugly football. You know what? Ugly football wins sometimes. I don't care. We have a point. We have a point. There you go. And by the way, Disney, get the fuck out. Who are these people? Go cry yourself to sleep. Thanks, Aaron. I prefer to pretty dives. There you go. All right, let's talk a little bit more about Parkinson here.
Point on the road against Bolton Wanderers. What did you make of the game?
Yeah, obviously very pleased with the point. I thought we worked extremely hard as a team. They started very quickly, and we were just a little bit behind it in the first 10, 15 minutes, but we grew into the game, and I thought the discipline and the structure of the team was very good. And then we grew in belief in the game as well. And, we've had moments where maybe we could have won it, but Arthur's also had to make a couple of good saves. But it was important today that we came to this stage in front of a near sellout crowd and showed that we can compete at this level. And I feel we've done that.
I like that we had this test early. A lot of people like, oh, we have a tough August. We definitely have a tough August. Even in the Disney League, Owen Crompton, we do have a tough August. And I like that we came up there, went away to a very, very established, good Bolton team that's going to be there and thereabouts. Playoffs, top 3, top 4. They're going to be great. I like that we had this test early. This test early will help us out for the rest of the season. Granted, we didn't get the W. Could have snuck it away. Could have lost at the end of 2 as well. But I like that we had this test, and they're gonna grow on and make us. They're gonna grow on. It's gonna grow on us, and we're gonna grow into it. And I believe what he just said, growing into the match, we absolutely did. We absolutely did. Bolton, Carol and HR says Bolton are a good side, and their manager is making them look like the wankers. Shame. No, he did he even mention his team? He bitched about the last play holding of the T-shirt, the shirt. God damn it, they are big mad. Did I say big mad, or did I screw that up? What's going on here?
Important to be disciplined in that opening period and maintain those concentration levels to be able to go on and build throughout the match.
Yeah, absolutely. The structure and the work of the whole team was very good. And away from home or at home, it's running the hard yards and doing all the things no one really likes doing, but keep working as a team together. And I felt we did that really well, and communication was really good all over the pitch. And obviously we're very pleased. These obviously playoff finalists last year, the year before, they're in the playoffs, so they've been right at the top of the division for a couple of years. And we've got players who've been in this division and higher, but equally when you've come up quickly through 2 divisions, it's about adapting to the levels. And I felt we showed a lot of signs today that we're going to be able to do that.
Yeah, a lot of signs that happened there too. A lot more of the same there, which is fine. Parkinson there, but I want to see what AO has to say here. There's another interview.
Preferred pan by Quizo.
There you go. They're doing commercials, all these commercials, all the time commercials. There you go.
Rode a clean sheet against Bolton Wanderers today. You must be delighted with that.
Yeah, I think it was a difficult game coming here. We knew that. yeah, I think we're able to get a good result against a really good team. And yeah, I'm just really happy with the result.
What did you make of Bolton? Because they're a side that have been there or thereabouts in the division in previous years. Obviously, playoff final last season. What was your assessment of facing them?
Yeah, I think we knew before the game how good they are, keeping the ball. We knew they'll have large amounts of the ball in possession. And yeah, I think we're really good defensively. We didn't let them create as much chances as they wanted to. And yeah, really happy with the result that we were able to get today. We knew it was going to be hard today.
Yeah, everyone knew this was going to be hard going in there too, but I think it's great. Like, by the way, I think we're also learning that we are not the only team with ridiculous puffball hometown interviews. Laugh out loud. Absolutely puff down up the view. I'm so happy for Arthur. I'm so happy for the team. They all knew it was going to be easy today. And going into the match, yes, I wanted the W for sure, but 4 out of 6 points top. But the test is growing. It's fantastic. So you got to. We'll see what comes out in the next couple of days about this. But I don't even think we know our best 11 yet. I love Matt Shade after his match joint interview. AO, yeah, it was great. Telling me to work on his kicking. I think it was his kicking was not great last year. He kept putting the ball out, so he needs to be maybe a little more accurate. Also, he's 6'5", whatever he is, 6'4". He's got long arms. He can hurl the ball out pretty far too. So I'm not saying he's going to hurl the ball out all the time, but he could probably be pretty accurate hurling the ball out pretty good. So I think there's something to that. But
as a keeper, is it pleasing when you've got confidence in those defenders in front of you to know that every man on that pitch is going to go and do their job to their best ability?
Yeah, we got a clean sheet today, and that's not only to me, it's hugely on the defense as well. We just kept going throughout the whole game. But yeah, it's always nice to get a clean sheet.
4 points, a win and a draw. How are you finding it at League One level?
Yeah, it's been good. It's difficult. Bolton today, next week's not going to be easy. None of the games this season are going to be easy. It's a long season. But yeah, we just keep going game by game, focus on to the next one. And yeah, just try our best every game and give it all we got.
Finally, just a
There you go.
You got awarded the Sky Man of the Match for the game. While it may be a team effort, you must be pleased on a personal note.
Yeah, it's my first one. Yeah, really happy, and hopefully many more.
Thank you, Arthur.
Yeah, Arthur did well. I'm so happy for him. And yeah, he did get Sky Man of the Match, which is great. So fantastic. Let me pull this down here. Okay. What Aaron said, you can't lose if you don't get scored on. Absolutely. No, I mean, Macca saying Bolton did get pressure and he felt Wrexham were in trouble. No, okay, there you yeah. In the interview, he said we didn't really look troubled. I'm sure he did that on purpose. He's a shithouse on and off the pitch. Him saying that. He's like, we didn't really look that trouble. We had it all along. We were on the rack a little bit. We were chasing shadows out for a little bit in those 20, 25 minutes, but we never gave up. We never gave up and backed down. We didn't back down. We took their punches. They didn't score. They should have had 2. Arthur made some great saves. We did not look out of place in this league. I think we're earning our way. And we're going to grow into not just games. We're going to grow into this league for sure. But I'll tell you, we do need to hit the ground running. We are not done. We are still very light up front. I know Mulls is not back yet. I know, and there's been some rumors about people getting signed or not getting signed or showing up or not showing up, whatever it is. We're not done yet. The squad is not done yet. Also, you got to look at this too. He brought on Rathbone again. I mentioned it earlier. He brought on Rathbone to play that second striker role. If we don't get anyone in, which I hope we do, that's what we might be looking at. Just saying. Yes, that was me. We can't lose if we don't score. There you go. If you're not first, you're last, right? That's it. That's some Oracle level wisdom. Aaron, put it on a t-shirt. Yeah, put it on the back of a t-shirt. Aaron is the Oracle. We need the changes to play. That's play name. The Oracle. There you go. Moving on, a little bit of stats here we could look at. Also, okay, here it is. 25,957. I think they broke that record today, which is fantastic. We didn't, which is great. Great traveling support. The match stats looked like this. Looks like they had 67% possession, 32% for us. We had 11 shots on target. They had shots. We had 7. We only had 2 on target, 8 for them, 4 off target. Block shots, there we go. Let me see. Total touches in the box, 19-12. Not bad. I would look a little more outlet up front, but we didn't have the possession. So there you go. Goalkeeper saves. AO right there was an absolute stud. Aerial duels, one was about even, 30 and 31. And fouls, we had 12, they had 11. It was a very physical match. We both mixed up the corners. Even though we didn't have the ball, we still got 8 fucking corners. So there you go. There. Put that up your Disney pipe and smoke it, which is great. So I'm happy with that performance. I think we did well. And, we got to be proud of the boys. Take the point, and let's move on. Okay. Aaron says, I've been a defensive coach in American football for over 20 years. I've always told my teams that. Laugh out loud. Absolutely. Yeah, you can't win if you don't score. Word is we might be getting a striker from Rangers. Kemar Roof lined up against us in the closed door friendly this week. I don't know who that is, but let's break the show and let's see it. I'm going to break off and see who this is. There was somebody apparently there. Kemar Roof. There you go. If I can spell. I can't spell, obviously. Live show. There. This is the guy you're talking about right here. Plays for the Gers. There he is. Kemar Roof. Let's look him up here. There we go. He's 31 years old. Why are we doing this? 31 years old. Plays for Rangers right now. He's without a club, so he's not with a club right now. So if that's a possibility, play across the front line. He's 31, right-footed, 178 meters, about 10, maybe 6'2", something like that. So let's see. If that happens, it happens. But we do need to make a signing for sure. We do need to make a signing. I get the impression we had several folks there. Yes. Yeah, listen, all around a good match for everybody, and getting the point away, as you can see what the manager is saying and what AO is saying. Congrats to AO get his first clean sheet. There was a lot of effort around the pitch. I'm going to run through it real quick. AO was absolutely a stud. Left wing back Maka played really well. Didn't really get on the ball to move forward. I think he had a lot more defensive playing to do than going forward, which is fine because they had most of the ball. I think that Stash played really well. Didn't win a lot of headers. But he was very, very good to try to break and get the ball out. He was passing the ball to Dobson. Dobson was trying to 1-2 and press while we were getting pressed to move the ball forward. I thought O'Connell did fairly well himself. He held up to the pressure. Guys were cutting in. The Collins came in about 3 times. Number 19 getting the ball off, but he got turned for that shot. I think it was McAtee who turned to try to get that one going, or is Morris? I'm not sure, but he played okay. Max held up really well. I thought Ravon was definitely a standout too. Not man of the match performance, but definitely a standout. Getting his first start, did not look out of place. They were double teaming him. He was on the ball, moving forward every single time he was on the ball. 5'10". Yes, that's right. Thank you, Carol. He was moving the ball forward. He did everything he can to try to break away. There were 2 men on him, but he played on the right. Remember, he's 2-footed. Parkinson likes him. So more of that. Surprised he dropped Barnett. I'm surprised he dropped Barnett. I thought that was a big call. I thought that was a really big call, in my opinion. But I thought he would go over the same 11, but I'm surprised he dropped Barnett. I'm fine with it. Barnett's been playing really well. Had a good game against Wickham last week as well. Middle of the park, I thought we didn't get overrun. We just didn't have enough of the ball. I think we needed someone to stand on the ball. We were trying to break. Dobson was trying to get those passes out. I think Elliot Lee held himself in a good account today. I think Andy Cannon ran around a bit. Would like to see a little more going forward, but that wasn't our game we were trying to play. We didn't stop running, and I think Dobson broke up the play a lot and was trying to break and get us on the break to get up the pitch. Unfortunately, they are a good footballing side, and we had to play a game where it wasn't sexy, but we never backed down. We weren't out of it, which is great. I thought JM did his best up front, had an opportunity in the second half. It was saved by the keeper. I think people say Mulls would have put that away. Jam could put that away. Keeper made a good save. And Ollie Palmer brought some players out. Didn't have enough time to hold up the ball that well, and he tried to move as fast as he could. But that is the position for me where I'm like, But anyways, good point. 4 out of 6 going into Reading. Have a full week off, which is great. But don't lose your away games. Don't lose your away games and win your home games. And we're back at home against Reading. So it's going to be another big match. I think Reading played yesterday. I don't know what that result. I think they won 2-1. I don't know. I have to look that up. Actually, I'll just fucking look it up. Here we go. There you go. The table. Here we go. Reading drew yesterday, I think. Did Reading drew yesterday? No, Reading won 2-0 against Wigan. They beat Wigan. Okay. They beat Wigan. There we go. Reading is a big game at home. It is going to be a big game. Yeah, Reading won 2-0 against Wigan Athletic yesterday. So, listen, take all the positives from it. League's not going to be easy. We're not done signing players yet, I believe, and not players going out. And there's some good things to take away from this. And as you saw at the end of the match, Parkinson went out blowing his cheeks out. it was a tough one. He has a great history at that club. He knows it very, very well. That the manager, their manager, the other side of things, whinging about a penalty end was a little bit rich, but good performance. Take the point. We're on with it. Remember, let me see what we got going on the rest of the day. Anything breaks, we're going to be live. Yeah, we'll be live. As you know, we're live every day on the local pundit. So get your news and updates there when they happen. Tomorrow, we'll be live with a news and update show. If it breaks, if we sign somebody, we'll be there. Tuesday morning, the news and update show. Special guest Tommy Caus is going to be there. Tommy Cheese. That'll be a live show. So get ready. That will be at 10 o'clock my time. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 o'clock p.m. GMT for those of you in the UK. So that'll be fun. And Monday night, we're going to do the EFL That's a Wrap show. So it's a wrap-up show about League One. We're myself and Ken and Aaron are going to kick off a new show, the wrap-up show, like a weekend in review or a week in review, which will be fun. We're all taking 3 or 4 games, and we're going to go through them. We're going to learn the league as we go, and I think it's going to be fun to do that. So, yeah, there'll be the wrap-up show Monday night, 5:30 p.m. PST. I'll figure that out. So hopefully that goes over well. It will be. We'll try to figure it out as we go, but I think it's going to be good for us, too. Hey, Josh, A2ZEV, how are you? All right, that's it. 0-0. Draw. Take the point. Match day 2 is in the books. Onward to Reading. And on that bombshell, I will see you all soon.